Good evening, teasers. How are you guys doing tonight? I know it's very late, and I know a lot of folks are sleeping now, preparing for work tomorrow. Firstly, I'd like to thank everyone for joining my channel. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for sharing my videos, and thank you for liking the videos. Thank you for all the love. I really appreciate it. Um, Tonight, I wanted to come on because I know it's kind of late, and I haven't been on as much as I usually be on. So I wanted to come on tonight to do a video. And hi, Coco Green, how are you? It's so great to see you. Thank you for joining. Everyone in the clouds, hello. How are y'all doing tonight? Um, Everyone in the clouds, please like the video as well. If you like the video, I really would appreciate that. And subscribe if you're new, please. Let's get to it, shall we? I named this video the recapulation of Miss Angel Bumpass. Some of you may have heard of this story already. It happened several years back. However, it did touch me because I saw this particular story on Annie, uh, television station Annie, and it shocked me what happened to this young lady. Um, I'm going to go ahead and pull her up so you can kind of take a look at her. This particular incident is supposed to happen back when she was 13 years old. Uh, it was very intriguing to me that they would find out while she was 23 years old now. Uh, at the time when she was convicted, rather, she was 23 years old. And supposedly this crime happened when she was 13 years old. And I just thought that, wow. And the sentence for this particular case is a mandatory of 60 years. So they couldn't give her any less or any more time. It was mandatory 60 years. Okay. And again, this is supposed to have happened when she was 13 years old. Here's a picture of her from when she was 13 years old. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Miss Coco Green, can you please let me know if you do see this? I would be greatly appreciated. Stand by. Come on. Can you see that? It should be on my screen right now. Let me go over here. Miss Coco Green, can you see the young lady's picture up on my screen? Please say yeah, nay. It would be appreciated. That way I can continue with the video. Can you see the young lady's picture on my screen? Thank you very much. Now, here's Miss Angel when she was 13 years old, guys. This happened when she was 13 years old. She was a precious little thing, you know. She looked like she's precious. She was going to school, you know. She's like a typical teenager, right? Unfortunately, I was not the typical teenager. I actually was troubled at that age, you know. That's when that era hit in the 80s and 70s, 90s, you know, very young. And Miss Angel here, she probably was going through some things as well, okay? That's her when she was 13. Now, Miss Angel Bumpass, as I said, was supposedly involved in a crime of murder, where a man was erroneously strangled, suffocated from duct tape. Okay, he suffocated from duct tape, and supposedly Miss Angel Bumpass, as beautiful as she is, supposedly, let me just kind of peep around here. How about that? Supposedly, when she was 13 years old, I said, her fingerprints were found on this tape, okay? This young lady has never, ever done any crimes at all but a parking ticket. And that's what got her in this hot water that she's in right now, okay? Just trying to see if I can change it up. If not, then I will just move on. Come back here. Okay, look how beautiful she is. That's when she's 23 years old. Very beautiful, right? Now, this is poor Miss Angel B. Lord, forgive me. Angel Bumpass. Miss Angel Bumpass, when she went to prison. Look how young she is. And again, her sentence was 60 years. 60 whole years. This young lady had 2 kids. Again, she was not in any trouble except a parking ticket. Now, Unfortunately, she did not pay this parking ticket, okay? And that led to what? A warrant. Once they did pick her up on her tickets, they what? Fingerprinted her. Of course, they run all your fingerprints through the database, national database, most likely local database as well. And that's when they begin to bring her into the room and interrogate her about this MURDER that happened back in the day. Okay? Now just imagine, she was 13 years old when this took place. 13 years old. Yes, 13 years old. And I was like, wow, this is very interesting. How could her fingerprints be on this tape? That what happened was they wrapped the tape around this man's face and head. And again, he erroneously was suffocated. They didn't mean to suffocate him, I don't think. But whoever put the tape on his face did not know what they were doing. Otherwise, they would have left what? Some air for his nose, right? For him to breathe, correct? Now, this young lady, again, 23 years old, had a parking ticket. Next thing you know, she's in an interrogation room being questioned about a MURDER. Wouldn't that freak you out as well? Now, on the show that I've seen her on, which is A&E, The Accused. Not sure if any of you all seen that show, Accused. Let me see here. Not see. Wow, yes. Yes, she's still incarcerated, Ms. Green. She's still incarcerated. I'm not sure if you all seen the show, The Accused. Well, on this particular show, they showed her actually from the beginning to the end of her court proceedings. She was out on bond at the time, and she was working with her lawyers to try to beat this case. Okay. Now, I was kind of torn. I'm not going to lie, I was kind of torn because when her attorney showed her the actual photos of the young man that met his demise, she did not have any type of, to me, she didn't show any type of empathy for the young man that met his demise at all. The only thing she said was that, oh, that's him. Allegedly. She said, that's him. She said, and what happened to him? He was smothered. Oh, okay. If I was to see that and I had not done this crime, I would have been probably crying for this young man. Like, oh my God, this happened to him. Who could have done this to him? I would have shown emotion. But she did not show any emotion at all, guys. She didn't, And so that's why I was kind of torn at that time, because she didn't show any emotion. I don't care if you didn't do it, but if you see a person that met their demise in such a way, you would have emotions, right? You would have feelings about this person. But she didn't, and that made me wonder. That really did make me wonder. Now, again, her little fingerprints were on the tape. She's 13 years old. And some people say, oh my gosh, she was only 13 years old. She couldn't have done that. Hi, Marcella. She couldn't have done that. But when I was 13 years old, I was something else too. You see what I'm saying? When I was younger, I was something else because I had no choice but to be something else. I had no choice to do but to hustle and get it because my family was being torn down by this era. So I'm not sure what Miss Bumpass situation was with her family, but allegedly she's with another suspect, possibly two other suspects, okay, at the time this young man met his demise. When during the taping of this show, The Accused, which is really good, you should watch it. Watch all of the episodes. It's really good. Shout out to A&E. During the taping of The Accused, they actually started listening to one of the suspects who was at that time already incarcerated for another crime. So someone called him and said, hey, it's a shame what they're doing to Angel, isn't it? He said, what they're doing, Angel, like they're trying to charge her with an MURDER from back in the day, 10 years back, And he was like, oh, man. You know what he said on the call? He said, think, man. Think. Just think about it. Think what happened. Think about it. He was telling the other guy to think about what happened back then. So it seemed to me that the suspect that was incarcerated had knowledge of this crime. He did. And he was trying to remind the other gentleman who was calling him, who he was speaking with, to remember what happened. you know. So Miss Angel goes to court. And actually, they tried her and this young man together, the one that was incarcerated. They tried them together. She was only about 5'5", little bitty woman, you know. And again, she had never done anything wrong. She just had a ticket, okay? And this is what put her in this situation, this ticket, you know. That's why I say sometimes what happens in the dark, what? Comes to the light. And I'm not saying that she did it. I'm not saying that because right now they do have a petition. They're looking for 1,000,000 signatures for her petition to try to get her out of this because, again, the sentence was mandatory of 60 years. 60 years. Just imagine you have to leave your children for 60 years. I mean, even if you were to get out on with good behavior, it would be a good 40 years, right? So they proceeded to court. And another thing, her mother, the evidence showed that her mother actually contacted the gentleman who met his demise several minutes before this happened. The mother contacted him. It made me wonder, did her mother have something to do with this? And you allowed your child to be charged with this? Or did you get your child involved in this? Because, again, the mother just had gotten off the phone with this man who met his demise. And the young girl's, Angel Bumpass' stepfather said that she would play in the garage all the time where her tape would be and that she would play with the tape. And that's how her fingers got on the tape, that particular tape. But again, that tape was used to what? Assist and miss this guy and meet his demise. Now, your fingerprints don't lie, people. They don't lie. Your fingerprints, handprint, palm prints, they don't lie. That's why a lot of times the cartels and stuff, they, mutilate you because they don't want anyone to find out who you are, allegedly, So they proceeded to court, her and this young man who was already incarcerated for another crime. And the outcome was that they found him not guilty. They found him not guilty. Why did they find him not guilty, folks? Because there was no evidence pointing to him. There was no evidence pointing to him. They knew he had something to do with it. However, there was no physical evidence pointing to this young man. And like one of the other YouTubers say, Fair Use, he said that it was interesting how the prosecutors played it. They made them go to court together. Had she had a separate trial, she probably had a possibility to beat this, but they put them in the same trial. And her attorneys, they were really working hard for her. But again, when she saw that picture of this young man, it's like, to me, she didn't have any feelings at all, any empathy at all. Right. Fingerprints don't lie. So they found this gentleman not guilty. When they called her name, they found her guilty. And they would not charge her as a child. Seemed that they would have, at least they could have charged her as a child because, as a child, because she was a child at that time, right? She was a child at that time. So to me, I believe since they didn't have a lot of evidence and that her fingerprints, some of the fingerprints were on the tape and that's all they had, they could have charged her as a child instead of an adult, right? But they didn't. They charged her as an adult. And they gave her 60 years. Mandatory. And I felt very bad for her. Very bad for her. I was like, wow, this is a very interesting case. Because the young man did stay in jail, though. He told the other guy, remember, think back. He told him to think back. Like, remember what we did back then? And they probably talked her into going to help them. They probably talked her into going to help them. But then again, it could have been her little fingerprints from playing in the garage. What do you all say? Again, the evidence shows her fingerprints on the tape that was wrapped around the young man's head. Again, she was 13 years old, though. Guys, she was only 13 at the time. The young man that was with her, supposedly with her, acknowledged it really from jail, from the jailhouse call. He acknowledged that something happened back then. He acknowledged something happened back then. And the other thing is that she didn't show any empathy at all for this man. I would have been crying, boo-hooing, and saying, oh my goodness, this happened to him, God. But she didn't show any emotions. And once they found her guilty, it's like she leaped to the police officers for them to handcuff her. Oh, hell no. I would have been leaping to the officer. No, I would not have been. I would have been saying, no, this is a lie. Y'all accusing me of the wrong thing. But she leaped over there for him to handcuff her. And she said, I want to just get out of here. No, ma'am. I would have been like telling the jury, y'all made a mistake. Y'all have made a mistake. So as I said, for Miss Angel Bumpass, they still convicted her after she was 13 years old when that happened. Do any of you think that she possibly did this? She taped them off while someone, him, I think. Yes. Well, actually, Marcella, daughter, he smothered to death. See, if it was someone who kind of knew what they were doing with the tape and they were intending on, killing and him, right? Then they would have left an open space for him to breathe, right? So this to me looked as if someone either wanted him to meet his demise or that they did not know what they were doing when they put the tape around his head. All right, folks, what do you think? What do you think? I want to know. Either somebody did not know what they were doing when they put that tape on him, or they purposely did it to make him smother. And I really don't think that was the case. I really don't. The Innocence Project is trying to assist her. It's online. It's a petition. It says here, demand a retrial for Angel Bumpass, wrongfully convicted 13-year-old with a life sentence. They're looking for 1 million signatures. And right now, currently, they have 854,000 signatures. So they're getting pretty close to all the signatures they need to try to get this young lady out. But I was like, wow, she hadn't done anything. She was in college. I mean, me twin. She was in college at the time. She was going on her second year in community college. But you have to wonder. Because again, the young man said that he was telling the guy on the phone, remember what happened back in the day? And they played that in court. Remember what happened? Think back. Again, I was something else when I was a young girl too. I was something else when I was young. I didn't do anything like that when I was 13, but I was something else when I was young. I was. And a 13-year-old can be smart. Coco says, it's sad if she wasn't involved. How long has she been locked up? Currently, she's been locked up about 4 years now. It says here, stand by. It says here it happened October 3rd, 2019. Angel was found guilty due to her lawyers not taking her case seriously, they said. The damage they inflicted is at the expense of her life. That's what they're saying on her petition, though. This is what's said on her petition. It says Angel's attorney, Andrea Haddock, and Garth Best violated her constitutional rights when they failed to put any investigation effort into her defense. I think they did because I saw it on the show. They were really trying to help her. They were. The attorneys were trying to help her. So again, this is for her petition. So, they have to say what they need to say to get folks to sign this petition for her. But I wanted to do a recapulation on this because this story did touch me because she had 2 children. And since this, 60 years, just imagine this child is miserable. She's miserable in there for 60 years. She's miserable without her children. Her kids will be old folks when she come out. They will be old folks if she, makes it out of there. I would hope that she can get out. And the reason why I say that, because I say Everyone deserves a what? Second chance. They do. Everyone deserves a chance. She said, how old is she? Well, when she was convicted, she was 23 years old. When she was convicted, 23. And I was like, wow, she just had a speeding ticket and she never did anything else. Had she had never been caught with that speeding ticket and they had to fingerprint her, they would have never found out it was her. Her fingerprints on that tape, they would have never found out. She was sure not to be in trouble, get in trouble, until she got that speeding ticket. It happened when she was 13, right? That is correct. It happened when she was 13 years old. But again, your fingerprints, they stay the same. They don't change. Your fingers grow, but your prints do not change. There's a little trick to that, though. I'll tell y'all about it one day. There's a trick to that, to the fingerprints. But it says Angel had a male co-defendant that was 13 years older than her that was found not guilty, even though he had witnesses that testified to him confessing to solely committing the murder of the victim. Somebody said that he did say, he did imply that he did do this, but they still didn't convict him. And again, her stepfather said that she would play in the garage, the tape. Yes, 10 years later, wow. What do you guys think? I mean, if she didn't do this, this is hell for her. If she didn't do this, it's hell for her. It's what we pay. Kim K probably only look at cases she know will garner much attention. Could be, but this one should garner some attention as well, Mrs. Watts. But it's a sister. I understand where you're coming from, Mrs. Watts. It is a sister. And she had 2 little kids. Do y'all see how beautiful this young girl was? Let me just pull her picture back up, how beautiful she was. This is her. Gorgeous, right? Gorgeous. That's her. And here is her and the suspect right here. The other suspect, alleged suspect in the courthouse. That's him. That's who they allowed to be freed. And that's her. That is the day when she found out that she was going to have a mandatory sentence of 60 years. This is him. Let me get her. That's him. You allowed this child. If you did do this, sir, you allowed this child to go to prison for 60 years for something that you did, sir. That goes to show you how men don't protect women anymore. That's one of the things right there to show you that men don't protect women no more. They're all about them damn self. They really are. She said, I would have spilled all the beans. Can't leave my kids. I'm telling you. I would have too. If she had any knowledge of this, she should have told. But she pretended as if she didn't know this guy. But they found out that they did know each other. She pretended like she did not know this man. But they found out they did know each other. They found out they did know each other. So you don't lie, girl. Don't lie in the process. If you knew him, you should say, I know him, but I've never been anywhere with him. But she tried to say she didn't know him at all. They found out she did know him. Her mother knew him too. Yep, shaking my head, lying. And again, like I said, when she saw the picture of this man while he was deceased, she had no emotions, guys. Zero emotion. It made me wonder. It really made me wonder why you don't have any emotions and this man is gone. You're 23 years old. You shouldn't be that hardcore. Your heart shouldn't be that hard. You should be boo-hooing right now to see someone like this. You should be afraid of it. Right, guys? She should be like terrified of this. She stood there in the picture, right? There. With no emotion, not a tear, not a I'm sorry, or nothing. And that's what made me wonder, I look at people's signs and how they look when they're talking and their mannerisms when they're speaking. You can kind of tell what's about a line. You can. hmm But for her to say that she didn't know him, but he knew her, because the guy called from the jail. Remember, the guy, he and the guy spoke on a jailhouse call that they recorded, and he said, "Think back, think, man, think back." That's all I'm saying. Just think back. She's young, and she probably got peer pressured into this, into assisting with this crime. Could have, or he simply just allowed this child to go do 60 years for him, allegedly. Again, there is a petition online. hmm She said, "Hey, I don't know her. We'll Google." Oh, yes. Please Google it. There is a petition online as well, Jesse. Uh, the petition says, again, her name is Angel Bumpass, and it's a change.org petition. And it says she was wrongfully accused, 13 years old, with a life sentence. They do have 854,000 signatures already, and they're aiming for 1 million. Their goal is 1 million signatures. So if you guys want to get on and sign for her, they tell a little bit about what happened. Um, they were just saying on January 16, 2009, Angel Bumpass was an 8th grade Star Roll student. It said that morning, Angel rode the bus from her grandmother's house to school. It was a normal day for Angel. Nothing out of the ordinary or spectator happened for her. She rode the bus to arrive home at 2:30 p.m. 9 years later, 9 years later, on June 14, 2018, she was a 23-year-old mother of two in her second year of school at the local Jefferson Community College. She was actually accepted into a nursing program, guys. She was accepted into a nursing program. While she went to school and she worked a full-time job as well. So she was handling her business. She was taking care of her business as a young woman to take care of her kids. And like I said, she was a very beautiful young woman. And this happened to her. It says, watch this. Sometimes they give lengthy sentences to defendants not showing emotions. Yeah. If I was her, I would have fainted. If I was trying to faint, I would have fainted. I would have cried and I would have acted as if he was kin to me. Yes. Because you have to show emotions. It would have been an automatic. But this young girl did not show any emotions at all. None. She didn't. And the name of this show, again, guys, is called The Accused, where they do show the actual trial and show where she's in the process of going to trial and preparing for the trial. It's called The Accused from on A&E. So you may be able to go back and watch that particular episode. But that particular episode, all of those episodes actually were very interesting. Very interesting. But she was very interesting to me because she was only 13 when this happened. And again, if she would have never gotten that speeding ticket, they would have never even quite looked at her. It would have never looked at her. Yes. I wanted to check something right quick. Stand by, guys. Let's see here. Stand by. Let me mute this 1 second. 1 second, guys. You know my son, y'all. He likes to be in a video, even if you hear him. Stand by, guys. Here's the story at. Where is it? Dang it. I'm back, guys. Thank you for being patient. I actually wanted to show another news story. I emailed it to myself. It's not in my email. I emailed it twice. I'm not sure if they're not allowing me to share it or not, but it was basically about a young man who made his child's mother meet her demise, and he threw the baby in the river. Did y'all hear about that? The baby was only 2 days old. He just threw the baby in the river. Let me pull up this story right quick. I'll let y'all listen to it. Stand by.
25-year-old Brandon Isabel. The young father, Memphis police say, admitted to throwing his two-day-old baby into the Mississippi River after killing her mother. Our WREG's Bria Jones joins us live with the latest in this investigation. Bria?
Stephanie, the TBI says the Amber Alert for 2-day-old Kennedy Hoyle is still active, despite her father now being charged in her murder. A gut-wrenching crime breaking hearts across the country. 25-year-old Brandon Isabel charged in the murders of his 2-day-old baby girl, Kennedy Hoyle, and her mother, 27-year-old Danielle Hoyle.
Why would somebody want to hurt a baby? She precious.
According to this affidavit, Isabel admitted to Memphis police that on February 1st, the night of his birthday, he lured the child's mother to Whitehaven and shot her in the head. He then told officers he took Kennedy to Mud Island and tossed her into the water. Investigators say Isabel also admitted to throwing the murder weapon in the Mississippi River in Wolf River Delta. Memphis police say the search for the baby has been suspended, telling WREG the department will monitor the weather and continue the search when we are able. We dropped by a Cordova address where the victim's family and a police source says Isabel lives, but no one answered. The Tennessee Bureau of Investigation background shows Isabel has no prior criminal history in the state. He's now facing multiple charges, including 2 counts of first-degree murder, especially aggravated kidnapping and tampering with evidence. The victim's family says they don't have answers, but believe this tragedy could be a result of a now fatal love triangle.
My apologies that I couldn't get it on here. I'm not sure why I didn't go there, but hey there, Taniki, how are you? But did y'all hear that? He did it on his birthday. The baby was only 2 days old. And you throw her in the river. These men nowadays, ladies, we have to be careful. You have to be careful who you have a child with. You have to be careful. Yes, he did. He murdered both. He did. And he didn't have a criminal record. I don't care, sir, if you didn't have a criminal record. For you to throw your 2-day-old baby in a river, something is wrong with you. And the mother, first baby, I'm sure she was ecstatic. Never thought that he would do something like that on his own birthday at that. It's very sad. Very sad. That's why I tell you, ladies, you have to watch your surroundings and you have to watch who you are dating. It is perfectly fine to do a background check, even though he didn't have a record. You can kind of tell how men's mannerisms are, how he speaks to you, how he speaks to his mother. Okay? How he treat people, period. She said he was married / separated with a girlfriend. He said it was a triangle, didn't they? DV, yes. And, these, I can't get over these married men. I honestly love. Can't get over these married men that try to run you. Oh, I've been there, honey. I've been the other woman. Told y'all that. Got every damn thing I wanted to do at that ass. But they have a tendency to kind of get crazy. They have a tendency to kind of get crazy, try to run you. You're not going to run me, buddy, and you married. Sorry. You ain't going to do it. But I vowed I would never do that again. Because I don't want anyone messing with my husband when I'm married, And there was a question from Miss S. Watts here that I saw. The world is weird, I swear it is. She said, what? So they never investigated if the mom was involved? Her own mother, again, she had just contacted the victim. Not even a good 10 minutes before this happened. Makes me wonder if the mother set it up and allowed her child to go. And I did wonder too why they didn't give her a lie detector test. Hello there. How are you? Miss Entertainment T. Why they didn't give her a lie detector test? That could have helped her case, right? That makes you wonder, doesn't it? She say, I have to concur with them not knowing what they were doing. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. If she did, let's just look at it both ways. I'm going to say if she did do it, she was lured, she was peer pressured into doing this to make her think that she was important, that she was, a gangster, a G, and she was going to help these grown ass men out to go do this crime, to rob this man. And they asked her to wrap him up. Because they already knew what time it was. They fingerprints weren't going to be on there. So she tried to wrap him up, but she didn't realize that she was smothering this man because she's only 13. You get it? So she just wrapped his whole head up. Okay? This is just one side of it. And her fingerprints were the only one found on there, and she assisted with this crime. That's on one side. Now, on the other side is that I looked at that mother, her mom, and I said, why did the mother contact the victim 10 minutes before this happened? Did the mother set it up? The tape, did the mother give them the tape to take down there? And the daughter was playing with the tape in the garage because the stepdaddy said that she would be in there in the garage with him while he's fixing on cars, and she would play with things like the tape and stuff. So she could have, her little fingerprints probably came from the tape. But they said it was also 9 other folks' fingerprints on this tape. And y'all decided to just charge her? So that's where I'm looking at it. If she did do the crime, she didn't know what she was doing. She wrapped the tape. Second thing is that her mother set it up and her mother was involved and allowed her daughter to go do 60 years. Mothers would do that to your ass. I'm sorry. Some mothers would do it, but I would never do it to my child. But some mothers out there are something else, and we know this. We have seen it on here. Tiffany said, this is the kind of stuff that I talk to my 3 daughters about, shaking my damn head. Yes. And my kids, my sons too. I think it said only 12 ridges was on the tape. When you have 150 ridges, she's innocent. I looked at it from both ways. I honestly think her mother could have been involved in this because she did call the victim. But the only thing I'm more concerned about as well, Tenneke, was that phone call, that jailhouse phone call. When the guy said, remember to think back. He was telling the other guy to think back of what happened. She said, the man said he killed the old man. Why is he set free and she is in prison? That doesn't make sense. She could have touched the tape at any time if it was in the house. That's right. And he has told people, and people have testified that he has told them this, but there was no physical evidence. Circumstantial. Hearsay. So her little fingers were there. So they decided they were going to get somebody. I don't care who we get. We're going to put somebody in jail for it. And they got her from 13 when she was 13 years old. And I'm not saying every 13-year-old is bad at all. She was an honor roll student. I just wonder if her mother has something to do with that. What do y'all think? She said, I was just about to ask about the Innocence Project, wondering if they had gotten involved. Yes, they are involved. And there is a petition online, guys, if you would like to go sign it. It's on the change.org petition. All you have to do is Google her name, Angel Bumpass, free Angel Bumpass. And again, they have 854,000 signatures right now. The goal is 1 million. So they're almost there. As far as when she was sentenced, children were not supposed to be charged as an adult, but an innocent black 14-year-old was electrocuted for a lie told by a white lady. After he was killed, she admitted she lied, and it's sad. Guys, I should have known my history. I really should have known my history, but I just found out, honestly, about Emmett Till several years ago. Found out about Emmett Till, and I was shocked, and I was like, when did this happen? How did this happen? And this woman, before she died, wanted to clear her conscience. finally told that she lying. Really, ma'am, you let them do this child like this? I don't understand people, how sick people can be. I don't understand how sick people can be. How could you have let them do this child like this? He was a child. Same in the case you're talking about. He was a child. How can you let him? And the things that they did to this child, to show you that's evil in the world, huh? I don't trust them. Sorry. I don't trust everybody. I don't. It's evil in this world. And for them to do a child like that, it just, it messes with you as a mother. And his mother showed the world what they did, and they still didn't give a dang. But I'm sure they're burning in hell somewhere. I'm most certain. And she needs to go too. I don't give a damn. If you did admit it before you left here, ma'am, you let them do that child like that. You straight up lied. You straight up lied. About Emmett Till, you lied. And you allowed these people to torture him, brutalize him, just do sick things to him. And I always said that if any of my kids were to come up missing, honestly, I'd rather find them gone than not find them at all, because I would literally go crazy. And secondly, I would be thinking that they're being tortured daily. I know that they're with the father, they're okay, honestly. Because, these people doing some sick stuff. They got trafficking now. I worry about my daughter all the time. And they're trafficking boys too. You have to watch your kids, okay? She said, girl, yes. As one says, suggested something is not right about that. The admitted killer was set free while she had to leave her kids and go to jail, right? He knew he was involved. He said he was. He had told people previously that he did it. But he allowed this child to go. You see how men don't protect us? He was a man. He would have said, you know what? I can't let this woman go. I cannot do this. I'm a man. I did a crime. I need to do the time. But he did not. He allowed that child to go and do that 60 years. He did. I pray that her appeal works out for her. I really do. Because her beautiful children need her. And like I said, that's my prayer every day, to let me live till my kids are all grown. Then you take me, because nobody's not going to treat your kids like you treat your kids, right? Nobody. Sorry to tell you that, nobody. Entertainment Cut says, Entertainment Tea Uncut says, I watched the death row cases yesterday. Oh, yes. I'm going to touch on some of those too, because there was one particular case like this one that really touched me and went all the way in my soul and came back out. And we'll talk about that one most likely tomorrow. As well as entertainment, was this on that series Death Row Stories? No, it was on a show called The Accused. I saw it on the show called The Accused on NE. That's where I saw the initial story from. However, I breezed across it on Google and I remembered the story. And I said, gosh, I want to do the teasers, know what happened with this young lady. I need to bring awareness to this. Yes. She said it was on the Death Row Stories. I'm not sure, but this is just horrible. She has to do a mandatory sentence. They could give her no less time, y'all. Either she was free or she had to do 60 years. And that's sad. In that state. Huh. She said, everyone lied on this 19-year-old in Mississippi. Oh, my God. How can you live with yourself as a person to sit up and lie and knowing somebody's going to go to death row, most likely? Like gone. And they do it all the time. There's a lot of innocent people that's locked up right now today because somebody's lying. A lot of innocent people. And that's sad. But you'd have to spend the rest of your life in prison for something you didn't even do. Very sad. Tiffany said, that's right. At entertainment, because she said, thanks, I'm going to find it because I used to watch that show. Yeah, I love Deborah Source too. Tiffany say, Tennessee is a cold state. Wow. I always thought of it as country like, kind, but I see it on First 48 too. That's my show, First 48. I've seen every episode, okay? That's why I said I'm still baffled as to how dude go free and she got time. It makes no sense. It doesn't. Because they should at least got him too. Especially from the jailhouse call. With him saying, he back. Remember? Think, man. They should have gotten him. They should have taken, but again, there was no physical evidence. The only thing they had on her was that they had a couple of fingerprints that she could have been playing with in the darn garage. See? Yes. He knew he did it. He knew he did it. But he didn't give a shit. He's my friend. He didn't give a shit about that child going to jail because that's the kind of Negro he was. He didn't give a damn. That's why I say a lot of these women get out here and they let these guys talk them into doing silly shit. Stupid stuff. Robberies, assisting them with robberies, setting somebody up. Y'all saw what happened to the girl the other day. She set him up and she ended up meeting her demise. Mm-hmm. You live by the sword, you die by it, honey. She said, old money run it. Mm-hmm. I'm sure, Tennessee. I'm sure. Same with New Orleans. Yes. That's why I say I've always wanted to visit Memphis to go see the Lorraine Hotel, but I ended up going to Nashville for a week while doing outreach. But I never was able to get out. Oh. He says they initially set him up in a $15 marijuana drug bust, gave him felony charges. Oh my God. Oh my God. She said they set him up for murder. That is sad. Did he get out, Niecy? Please tell me he got out. Please tell me he got out. He was released. They found out what happened, please. And I tell my sons all the time too, watch who you run with, baby. If they do something, a crime, and you're there, you're going with them. You're going to be charged for the same thing. You're going to be charged for the same thing as if you had pulled the trigger. I tell my boys all the time. Watch your surroundings. Watch who you hang with. She said, there you go. Wait, let me get back to Tennessee. She said, old money runs it. That's why I said I've always wanted to visit. I got that one. She said, then they set him up for murder. At Tennessee, there you go. That old money speaks. Had to be done money changing hands because this makes no sense. That's it. And it said, Marcella's daughter says, I wonder how the fingerprints were positioned because that would tell if she wrapped it around his face. I think because playing with tape only. She said, nope. Oh, you saying that they did not release him? They did not let him go, Niecy? And it's watched as entertainment. What? So they set him up? Did they not release him? And as far as Marcella's daughter is concerned, with that particular inquiry, I wonder too, how was it positioned? And if I'm not mistaken, guys, I'm not gonna even elaborate on that. I'm not gonna even touch on that because I'm not sure. But again, the show is called The Accused of showing her actual case. It's on The Accused, showing her going to court, when she was going through the process of court and preparing in case something happens. And it's on A&E. Please watch it. Her name is Angel Bumpass. We like to know if they set him free. Did they set him free or did they make him meet his demise? She said, Marcella's daughter, and I am sure there was more than one set of fingerprints on that tape. It was. Several folks' fingerprints, 9 different fingerprints. So why did y'all pick her out of all the fingerprints that was on there? You see? That's another thing. That is another thing. She said, no, they found so many lies on record and people recanted. Same old good old boys in the office. So people did recant their stories. And again, the question is, did they keep him or did they release him? Niecy, I'm so sorry. Can you please be a little bit more clear? Did they keep him or did they release him? She said, my son, I'm sure there was more than one set of fingerprints. Yes, absolutely. I agree. As far as at the end, it's a good running the system the longest. Yes. Look what happened to the young boy they found in Louisiana in the river with all his organs gone. For what I understand is that somebody needed some organs, and a police officer was involved, allegedly. And that boy meeting his mind. It's just sad. No organs. She said he's still on death row. Oh my goodness. Marcella's daughter says, right as Watts. Jessie says she could be in shock. She could be in shock. Okay, that's why she is showing no emotion. Could be, Jessie. She could be in shock. Because I know damn well I would have been in shock, especially if I was facing 60 years. I would have been in shock. I would have taken a stand too. How long should have allowed her to take the stand? They did have her stepfather take the stand. Her mother got up there and took the stand a little bit, but her mother was very nonchalant. She was. The mother really wasn't supportive to me. She didn't say, there's no way my child could do this. She didn't say any of that. She was just covering her behind, to me. She said the grad student found in Chicago was missing organs. What the hell? Yes. People need organs, and they're just, I can believe that they are doing that around here, finding strong, especially young black men, because they know they're strong. They have muscles, and they are very active and athletic, and their heart is good. So I can believe that. I really can. That they're out here harvesting, getting people stuff and selling it. I can believe that. Yes, I can't believe that. Anyone have any questions? She said, my son sounds like someone was definitely on the take. Yeah. This child was 13 years old, folks. 13. Y'all tell me. You think she did or she didn't? I think that mother had something to do with it. I don't care if she did or not. I think that mother had something to do with it as well because she had just called that man on the phone. Mm-hmm. Yes. She called him on the phone. And so to get a better take of this, guys, if you watch that show, The Accused, with her particular episode, you will understand. And you will see for yourself. And then I want y'all to judge. I'll put it on my community tab, this video, and then ask you, if you did watch it, just give me your take. Leave a comment and tell me, what is your take? What do you believe happened? I really would like to know what the teasers think of this, because I was in shock when they did find her guilty and him not guilty. I was in shock. I was very shocked. She said, exactly at university, why not thoroughly investigate the man? This whole case leave you scratching your heads. Yes, it does. It does. That woman is gone. Her kids are by themselves. They're by themselves. Because I noticed she didn't really want that mom to keep her kids. It's just sad. All the way around is sad. If, like I said, if she did do something there, her mother knew. Because her mother just talked to that man. Probably to try to see if he was home or not. Mm-hmm. Excuse me. Probably see if he was home or not. She said, yeah, I'm signing a petition because this needs to be reopened. She needs to talk. Yes, she does. They need to allow her to get up there and tell her truth. And I don't know why her attorneys didn't. But her attorney began to cry because she was upset that she did not win this case for this young lady. Her attorney was a female attorney, and she cried. She boo-hooed because she just knew she was going to get this child off. People came back, found that girl guilty. The petition again is on change.org. Her name's Angel Bumpass. She was 23 when she was initially convicted. She was 13 when this supposed to have happened. She said just the young lady found in the hotel freezer was also missing organs, as well as the young black male. She said as the young black male, I guess you should say, who was killed at the school. I thought harvesting the organs was hogwash, but it seems plausible now. To me too, as what. And you are talking about Kanika Jenkins, correct? Allegedly. I've always wanted to know what happened to her as well. They say she locked herself in that freezer, but if you look at her, the scratches on her feet and her legs and her shoes were off. That particular case makes you wonder as well. It really does. Makes you wonder what happened to Kanika. Yes, and it was, it's puzzling, mind-boggling. But what happens in the dark, guys, comes to the light. We will find out what happened to her. We will find out. Exactly, Marcelo's daughter. This case definitely needs to be reopened because there are too many unanswered questions, right? Y'all convicted her because her little fingerprints were on the tape. Did her stepfather not say that she played in the garage? She played with the tape all the time. And Jesse says, these are just the ones we hear about. That's right. That is absolutely right. Like I said, it's so many people. Something they did not even do. Just imagine being set up for failure. I don't know what I would do. You are right. They had to get somebody. That's right. Those prosecutors, they're about winning. They are all about winning. I'm telling you. They want to win the case. They don't give a darn who they get. They want to win the case. Mm-hmm. If it takes getting a girl that was 13 years old, then oh well. They don't care. Especially a little sister. They don't care. She say, those girls set her up. I believe that. I think they were following along with those guys, peer pressure, and then those gangsters run stuff. You know, they probably were afraid as well. Nisi. Probably were afraid as well. And they probably just like, man, as long as it's not me, I'm good, She said, Marcella's daughter, said it's real. And yes, with the dreads. Yeah. Maybe she was looking at the comments there. Jesse's right. These are the only ones we hear about. And yes, those girls those girls set that child up. God ain't sleep. No, he's not. And if they did something like that, evil. And that's why I say I don't fool around with scandalous, ignorant folks. I don't fool around with them. I like to roll solo dolo because you never know what kind of chick that you are calling your friend. You really don't know. You have scandalous women. I'm telling you, I know. I've seen them in action. And no, ma'am, you're not going to set me up. My brother's girlfriend is on death row right now because her friend set her up. And she made all three of them, the friend and her brother and her cousin, all three of them meet their demise. She wasn't having it. They were doing a deal. And her friend was trying to set her up. And she busted all three of them. And they still put her on death row, even though they were trying to rob her. So they've been trying to get her out for a long time, too, for years. She said, entertainment, it was in fact a setup, and they heard her being attacked and turned the music up. That story really got to me, so I had to stop watching. Yes, got to me too, Mrs. Watts, because that could have been my child, my daughter. Yes. Oh, Nisa said she just finished my mirror. Thank you so much, Nisa. I appreciate you so much. But I thought about my daughter. And I always tell my daughter, she needs to get her little sister. She thinks I'm playing. I'm not playing. You're very beautiful. And somebody can hurt you or attack you or kidnap you, child. Listen to what I'm telling you. Listen to your mama. Because I know folks that do it for a job. They go out and rob for a job. Like I'm going to work every day. Mm-hmm. In my time, the people that do it as a job get up like every morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, like it was a job. So that goes to show you that people are getting robbed every day, right? We have to watch ourselves, and we have to watch who we surround ourselves with. And I tell my kids all the time, they need to watch who they surround themselves with. And if this young lady was surrounding herself with these grown men, what are y'all doing around her, you know? But the mother knew them. And the only thing I didn't like the fact that she said she didn't know them, but she did know them. See, you got to be truthful at all costs, precious, at all costs, because this is your life. I'm not sure who told her not to say that she didn't know them, but she should have said, yeah, I know them, but, I don't have anything to do with that. Because they probably say, oh, well, she lied about that then. What else was she lie about? It's very sad. University, we have several young women, men, and children missing, and I could accept it better knowing they are no longer have suffered rather than knowing if they're alive and being tortured. That's what I said for my children. Honestly, I mean that. Because I rather find them that way than not find them at all. Because I would think that they are being tortured, Mrs. Watts. I would think that they are being tortured. I would think that somebody's harming my children daily. I would think my daughter is being, RAPD daily. So that's just my choice, because I just, you got women that's out here that, we all say what we'll do and everything, but I know I would literally go cuckoo. Something happened to my kids. Cuckoo. Yeah. So I just don't even think about it. I just ask the Lord to watch them, cup them with the blood, I do. Every day. Please. Because I couldn't take it. I couldn't. And I couldn't take leaving my children for a very long time. Unless it was necessary, I couldn't. She said, University, thanks for talking about this, because I had no idea this had happened. I'm definitely going to look into it. I'm so glad that you're just finding this out. If anyone else is just finding this out, please go watch The Accused. And then you can also look it up online as well. Because this is a real story. This is really interesting, right? Very interesting. I hope she gets her appeal, and I hope she gets out. Because again, even if she was to do it, everybody needs a second chance. I'm sorry. And I'm sure she's sorry if she did do it. She said, you are right. Many innocent people are incarcerated today, and it's sad. Yes. Just sad. Folks will lie on you. She said, my first time too. Very young and very beautiful. I'm going to show y'all her picture again. Just look how beautiful she was. Child was gorgeous. Very pretty. I have other photos of her too, but on my other phone. And look at him. You stepped in and let this girl go for something you did. You were involved in it. I know that. We know you were involved in it, but you let her go by herself. He should have took it. He should have taken it. He should have taken it like a man. But didn't give a damn. Did not care. That's why I say we have to watch who we get involved with and watch who our kids get involved with. Please watch your children. And look at that show. Again, it's called The Accused. And I'm going to put like a little note on my community tab, or probably, I'm not sure I can put this whole video over there, or leave a comment in the video, and let me know what you thought about it and what was your take on it. Do you think she did it or did not do it? See, 60 years blows my mind. Yes. H, she says, so much of this is happening today. Oh, yes. I'm sorry for my posting going wrong. No problem at all. Typing on phone. He knew the man. Oh, yes. And I'm going to give her, I type some crazy stuff. Everybody, Tinica always tells me, Marie, why you type so messed up? Yes, I do on that phone. It does the spell check and it just messes up things. Yeah, he knew the man. And Marcella's daughter, 60 years, blows my mind too. Shaking my head. First of all, my mom said, let's pray for the young, bring it dancing dolls, Shakira, somebody shot and killed this young woman. Let's pray for her family. It's so sad. Stand by, let me look at this again. Let's pray for the young, bring it dancing dolls, Shakira. Somebody shot and killed this young woman. Let's pray for family. When did this happen, baby? First baby mama? I used to love that show. When did this happen? Those little girls can really get down, can't they, y'all? Get down. Oh, Lord. I know she's very young. She's very young. I'm going to ask the Heavenly Father, please, Lord, in the name of Jesus, to touch her family, touch her mother, especially her father, to heal their hearts, because it's going to be very hard, Lord. It is. Please don't let them go crazy like I would go crazy, Father, because I wouldn't need you if something like that was happening to my child. And we pray in the name of Jesus that the suspect is caught and given the punishment that he deserves, Lord. We pray for her family. In Jesus' precious, perfect name, I pray. Yes, I pray all the time, y'all. I do. Because without prayer, things will not go right. I will be crazy around here without prayer. I will be really doing the fool around here without prayer, without God. I'm telling you. Marcella started said, wow. Marcella said, yes. Anissa said, what? She said, Marie, a young man in my neighborhood was with some guys who committed a robbery, and he said he stayed in the car and didn't know they were doing that. The store owner said he didn't see him with them, but they arrested him, huh? Charged them, didn't they? Yeah, amen. They charged them, right? That's why I tell my sons, babies, if you just whip them, you're going to get charged for the same thing. I've seen it on First Day where the guy was a football star. He was in a car waiting to gave them a ride. He didn't realize what they did, but they charged him with capital MURDER too. And he was crying to his mother. He was saying, Mom, what am I going to do about college? What am I going to do about football? Life just gone. That's why you have to watch who you surround yourself with. I tell my kids, you see somebody doing something wrong, you get the heck away from them. Because I'm coming. You get away from them. That's not your cup of tea. That's not your type of guy to hang around. Okay? You're young. You need to be having fun and not get in trouble. Period. You have your whole life in front of you. That's why you're getting educated. So you won't have to go on the streets and do hustle or do anything. That's why you're getting your education. She said, my mom always told us to watch the company you keep, because if you are someone and they do something wrong, or if you're with someone, they do something wrong, you're going down with them. That's right. First baby mama said, wow. Yes. That's why I say it's weird so many African Americans are being found deceased with missing organs. Yes. I told you because we're strong. We are strong people, and they know we are. Kind of reminds you of that movie. What was the name of the movie where they were taking our brains and putting them in people, other people, and all that stuff? Makes you wonder, don't it? They know we're strong people. We have strong hearts, strong organs. We're strong. She said, man, get away. It's what's for real. Your mom says. Marcella says, the movie Get Out told it all. That's right. They want our organs for real, y'all. Seriously. Because they know our men are very athletic. They can fight. They're strong. They're the shit. And they know this. And that's why they choose them, because they know that they have good organs, good hearts, lungs. I can believe that. First baby mama, wow, so sad. It is. So many African. Yeah, these with no organs. Why? Y'all ain't like us. But you want our organs, right? And they say sometimes in the hospital they have a tendency to let you go, bye-bye, so they can donate your stuff. They say sometimes it happens like that. That's what they say. They'll let them go so they can just be able to donate their stuff. They'll ask the family, can we donate their organs? Even though there's a chance they can live. Yeah. I wanted to bring this story to y'all attention, ladies and gentlemen, if you're in the clouds. It's called The Accused. What if you were accused of something you didn't do and had to go do 60 years for it? Baby, that's sad. Mrs. Watts says, and Marcella's daughter, that's scary. These are some evil people killing our people just to steal their organs. That's right. They don't give a damn. And we've seen how they don't care. They will lie, steal, and cheat for anything that they want. And I used to be a trusting person with these folks until a boy got in office. That's when I seen the real deal come right out. Maria, I'm late, y'all. Oh, hey, Jessica. Please kiss this replay, Jessica. And please go watch The Accused. And please sign the petition, ladies and gentlemen. Change.org. Angel Bumpass. Child, his life is gone for now. And we need to keep her in our prayers, too. We do. And we need to keep Shakira in our prayers, too. I'm going to look that up, first baby mama, as soon as I get off of here. Because I want to know what happened with that child. I want to know what happened to that child. They're so strong and so beautiful and so feisty and just strong dancers. First baby mama says, it's what says first baby mama, we have to take the initiative and out info ourselves regarding our missing and our people losing their lives violently because others don't care. Absolutely. And I said I was going to start doing that at the end of my channel, at the end of my commentary, or my commentary will start being on some of our missing sisters and brothers. Or cases like this. I'm telling you, 100,000 African-American women came up missing last year. 100,000. Never found them. But when that young lady came up missing, what was her name? What her husband, the boyfriend, made a meal of demise recently? What's that girl name? I did a story on it too. They found her real quick. Found her. And she made national news. It was on national news for at least a week or two, wasn't it? We had 100,000, at least acknowledge the number of African-American females that's missing. Over 100,000 came up missing last year. I researched it. She said, Jessica, you must have had a hot date. I see you just entered. She said, hush, Mrs. White, I'm going to sit by you. I love it. She said that child did not lock herself in the freezer. And they and others will get their karma. That's right. She didn't. If you look at the scratches and stuff on her body, tell she probably was kicking or something, trying to something. I cannot wait because God is going to bring it to us to the and we are going to find out. Yes, we are. And they called Miss Angel Bumpass case a cold case because it was a cold case. It was 10 years later. And it was like, cold case solved. Cold case solved. He put on Angel Bumpass. Yes. 60 years. The 17-year-old white kid who killed the 2 protesters got off free. Yes, he did. Didn't he? Didn't he? Didn't he? Evidence, video footage. Didn't he? Yep. All they care about is winning. That's why I say we don't want our kids to get in trouble because unless you're going to have a darn good attorney, and I'll do whatever it takes to get the right attorney for mine, I will. But they let that boy go. He had a whole big, huge GUN, and they didn't have anything. The man threw a plastic bag at him. What the hell? That gives him a reason to do what he did to him. But a plastic bag being thrown at him? Really? I was surprised that they did find those folks guilty for Arbery. I'm so thankful. So thankful. Oh, I'm so thankful. And they better do them. Don't worry. Once they get in there, they'll be taken care of. Oh, yes. She said, yep. All they care about is winning. And Jesse said, I knew that terrorist thug Kyle will walk free. Welcome to America. This is America. And they are doing some really wrong shit right now. We know this. From the voting polls on down. They're doing some wrong shit. Y'all better wake up now. Y'all better step it up. Y'all have to step it up. Make sure you vote. Step it up. I'm telling you. Before we'll be running around this bitch, excuse my French, in a food line for cheese and powdered eggs again, okay? I remember those days. That's what they want to see us. They don't like to see us being intelligent and educated. No. That's why I make sure my sons go to college. Damn, they're going to school. They're going to get their education, they're going to get their degree, and they're going to what? Be on top. You said so sad. Equal justice should not just be a slogan. Right? Yes, it should not be a slogan only. I noticed that they give us way more time than they would give somebody else. Way more time. Way more time. Same crime. Can't y'all see that they're trying to exterminate our brothers? Undercover slavery. The prison. Working for 50 cents, $2 a day. She said, I rode solo to university because I've seen many who are DAD because their so-called friends said them, oh, yes, I've been there. Yeah. If my intuition tells me don't fool with you, I'm not going to fool with you. I will release you, just like I did old girl, released her. Now you come back and you saying what? Lies. See that? That's why I released them. Maybe I got a good intuition. I'm thankful for that. Didn't do anything to them. But people are evil. Got evil folks. She said, Jessica, you are right. Equal justice is only a slogan. Let's just touch on one more thing. Just remember the cop that allegedly shot the guy in his own apartment. She thought it was her apartment. Remember that? You see how we just, sometimes we have a tendency to be soft in our own little way. We have a tendency to feel sorry for folks, but they don't give a shit about you. I hate to tell you. And we get naive to that sometimes, And when that cop was found guilty, during her proceedings, the African-American lady was combing her hair, right? Y'all remember that? Combing her hair for her, comforting her, damn near giving her a massage after she killed his brother for nothing. The judge comes down and read the word to her. Did she do all that when she SHOT that man? Hell no. She did not care. Amber. That's what I'm talking about. Amber. Did not care. But for that police officer to be combing her hair and making sure she's well right, put together, and girl, that woman don't give a damn about you. She doesn't. And that's why I say we have hearts. You know, we do have hearts until you mess with us. You see the other side. But we do have hearts. And sometimes we can be a little soft sometimes. And look, we can feel sorry for them. We got to learn how to be strong and tough because guess what? They are at all times. They don't give a damn at all times. She said they should have gotten her for perjury, at least for lying about not knowing the man. Mm-hmm. Yeah. She said mandatory minimums is a curse we can fix by voting. Yep. Absolutely. Yes, it is a curse. Absolutely. And then the young man whose brother it was, he was like, can I give her a hug? You want to hug this woman that just killed your brother? I know God says to love and to forgive. But sir, I went too far. Because she did not care when she initially pulled that trigger. Allegedly. I just think that we have a tendency to sometimes too many times to give people the benefit of the doubt, those type of people the benefit of the doubt. Because like I said, even at my job, I thought that these folks were cool until brother got up in there. When he stepped up in there, baby, the bigot came out, honey, of each one of them. And they terminated 2 people. Now you got to go get Obamacare. Mm-hmm. Opening your mouth, talking noise to us. Yes. To the sisters at work. Yes. See, if she'd asked one white person the same question she asked us, she probably would have got out, but she didn't. She was too proud of that. Asking us, do we need a Kleenex? How about I stick it down your throat and bring it out your ass? Of course, I couldn't tell her that. I just said, I'm sorry for what? She's like, because we won. She said, we won. Mm-hmm. Then she turned around and asked my boss the same thing. My boss said, this is totally inappropriate and it's unacceptable. She went straight to HR. Got her ass fired. Yes. He'll get this because she said he'll get his because karma is around the corner waiting on him. It may not be today or tomorrow, but he will pay. Yes, he will. Sitting there like, and with the cry, the ugly cry. That's what got me, the ugly cry. Really, sir? Sliding all out your mouth and snot coming out your, just shut up. Because you were trigger happy that night, and we know you were. You went down there for a purpose, and you got it. What you asked for. Just like this Zimmerman. What goes around, come around. Zimmerman gonna get his too. Watch. Allegedly. He's saying he's gonna get his too. Killing Trayvon. No reason. Because he was in the neighborhood. They act like you can't be in certain neighborhoods. And did you hear Obama say, I'm saving y'all neighborhoods. Y'all need to vote for me. I'm saving your neighborhoods. I'm not letting them move in your neighborhoods. Listen. What they're saying, guys. Listen to what they're saying. Listen. Look at CNN and just look at it. And you will see it. Look at Fox. And listen. She said, I'm still a dancing doll fan. Those girls are awesome. Me too. I loved it. I love that. I was like, wow, how can I do that? I have to look up that story first, baby mama. I'm so thankful you brought it into play, into to us today. I have to look into that. And again, we're gonna start, acknowledging our sisters that are missing at least once a week. We have to tell that story and get it out. Nick, right? Listen. Just listen to what they're saying, y'all, and look at what they're doing. Please vote. Okay? Look at what they're doing. Look what happened to me the other day. Literally spit and talked to me like I was beneath her. Listen. And just watch the mannerisms of people. You don't have to say nothing to them. Just look at them. Watch them. Yes. Yes, Jessica had one of the dancing dolls was SHOT per baby mom, first baby mama today, and she met her demise. Young. That's why I say life is very short, people. She said, I'll pull up. Oh, yes. Thank you. I handled it. But life is too short. It is. It's too short for us to be trying to dog each other, talk about each other. That's why I don't pay that no attention. I don't. And y'all probably say, how you don't pay it attention? I don't have fucking time for it. I don't. Because life is too short. Now, with this woman, she was right there with me. Ma'am, you're not going to do it. Not while you're standing in front of me, ma'am. No. But life is too short. Don't let anyone make you feel better or anything, especially if you know you're not that person. Yeah, I wear my wigs to the side. I like wearing my wigs to the side. Can I wear my wig to the side? That's how I like wearing my wig. I can put it, when we put it like that, I'm still going to look the same way. Like the same person. Does that make you feel better? Still going to be the same way. With my wig this way, I'll wear it to the side, honey. That's how I like to wear my hair. Is that okay? People think about the wrong stuff on a day-to-day basis. They think about the wrong stuff. You be trying to make something happen. You need to be trying to assist with the community. Make something happen. Instead of talking about somebody how they wear their wig. Okay? Tonight, I'm gonna wear it just like this for you. Now, still like the same person. Same Marie. Life is too short, guys, to be worried about ignorant bullshit. It's not worth it. She said, girl, you look good. Work it. If that's what they complaining about, go kick rocks. You see my video, kick rocks with no socks? It's heading to 1.5 thousand views. Okay. You got to stop and worry about the right thing. Worry about something positive with your sisters. I don't have time. Say whatever the hell you want to say about me. I don't have time. I have other things I have to think about, like in another car. Guys, please support the channel if you can. You can't, I totally understand. But I'm going through some things right now, and I don't have time to worry about that crap. Or about which way I have my wig turned, okay? I don't. I just get on here and I like to talk to the teasers and do what I do. Still look the same. With it just like this. Okay? Now, get over it. Find something else to talk about. Something positive. Do something in community. Talk about our missing sisters, the 100,000 missing sisters that are gone that we don't know where the hell they at. I haven't found none of them. None of them. But I love all of you guys. I really do. And I'm gonna if you can put a lipstick in the chat if you enjoyed the commentary for tonight. I really would like to. I would really would appreciate your feedback. Put a lip gloss in the chat if you enjoyed the commentary tonight. And if you didn't, just leave a comment and say what happened, what was wrong with it. I really would appreciate your feedback so I can make all my commentaries very nice and neat and great for you guys. I'm new to this as far as being a real commentator and bringing stuff to you that's worth listening to. That's important. She said, I just read this story about Shakira being shot. SHOT, I'm sorry. Her mom confirmed her death today on Facebook. Her dad was SHOT and killed not long ago as well, according to her mom. Like her mom said, out, down the guns. Put down the guns. Please. They just let them get in any hands. Thank y'all so much. I'm so glad y'all enjoyed the commentary. And if you didn't enjoy the commentary, if you think I need to change something, please, I will accept the feedback with no problem. I love constructive criticism. It helps you get better. It helps you get better. I feel a little bit better. I'm not hurting as bad as I was, but my neck is shot. My neck is shot. So the MRI should show what's going on with my neck, and hopefully they can adjust my neck. My neck is messed up. It really is. But I'm happy you guys enjoyed the commentary. And tomorrow we'll come with more commentary. Something gets serious, and it's time for us to try to look out for our sisters, especially the ones that's missing, and tell their story. So that will be done once a week at least. I wanted to do a show, just waiting for something else to come out new, because Andrea, she's doing I Love After Lockup. I love that show. I think it's very interesting how these women, follow these guys, and then they end up getting hurt sometimes, and then they end up getting married. It just depends. That's why I say, they say a loaded GUN was mishandled, causing her death. Oh my goodness. Folks playing with those weapons. It's not to be played with. Keep my steel here with me. It's not to be played with. It's not to be played with. It's not. You have to teach your kids not to play with it, Of course, I had to put myself high when little fat boy here, because I know he would mess with it, Even though you tell them not to, they will try it. But I usually keep it near and dear. Especially when I'm sleeping, because, there's too much going on here in Texas. We have exceeded Chicago's death rate. We have exceeded it. And that is really sad for Texas. Oh, my God. That is just crazy. But, again, everybody's like the Wild Wild West. They passed those laws, so now everybody's caring. I had to go all the way to Louisiana just to get some bullets. Okay? All the way to Louisiana. Couldn't find them at Academy. Couldn't find nowhere to give me some more bullets. I had to go to Louisiana. Out everywhere. And that's sad. They're going to show you that everybody's packing, y'all. She said, hola, señorita Marie. Hey, Unity, how are you? I say, every time I see that name, I crack up. Because do you see her name, y'all? Her name is Unity. Come on, Univision. Is that what you're saying it for? Like Unity? And I'll say, so whoever that is trying to be funny. Trying to say Unity with Marie, but she put Unity. I love it. Like unity, together. I love that name, Unity. She said, it doesn't worth their weight in gold right now. And I just said, so yeah, we had to go down to Louisiana to get some. Yep. They out. And when they do come in, they go out right away. And they probably have their special people that they sell them to, at the different little locations. Probably told them, here go $100. When they come in, hook me up. I go all the way to Louisiana to get some, and I make sure I got enough. Because, it's just too much going on. Too much going on, ladies. And guys, watch yourself. Watch your surroundings. Talk to your kids if you have teenagers. Talk to them. Because it's getting real out here. And women, especially for us. They're not trying to protect us right now. Men are not trying to protect us right now. So you got to handle your own business. You need to get your little sister or a big sister. Please go to the classes and get your license and do what you got to do. Okay? You have to. I know some of y'all probably are scared of them, but I'm sorry. It's not time to be scared, afraid. Because if somebody get a hold of you, we're women. Most of our men are much stronger than us. Sometimes you can't get away. Just by, trying to fight them. And, they've been to knock you straight out. We've been having back-to-back killings in my city. These folks need to put down those GUNs and pick up a book. They really do. Because a lot of the G's out here are just as dis as they want to be. Can't even read. Literate. Cannot even read. A friend of mine worked at the parole office. She say most of them can't even read. But you can go make somebody lose their life. And you can't read. Sir, pick up a book. Like Mrs. Watts says, pick up a book. Because they do stereotype y'all. And us, too. But the men, they really get it. It's kind of easier for us to get a job. But the men, it's kind of hard for them to get a job. Because they stereotype them. Just like with me at work, in corporate, you got to wear your hair a certain way. You go over now, I can't go over now with just all this light color on my head. I couldn't do that. So when I go in, I'll have to put the more brown over it like this because it's corporate. Mm-hmm. See, I can't go with that. Watch. They stereotype us. It's real. Okay? They do think that way in corporate America. They think that way of us. So we have to show them what we're working with. We have to what? Turn it on. Turn it on and turn it off when you get out of there. If you care to. I just like being me. But at work, you have to be professional. We know this. But whoever that girl was before me, honey, she wrote that email and said, I'm out. Basically, she said, I'm out. Bye. And she did. I was like, well, okay then. Something ain't right here. But I already know what it is. It's corporate. Just stay 2 steps ahead, Marie. You're good. So I stay 2 steps ahead. You have to ask me for shit. It's already done, honey. I thank all of you for joining me tonight. I really do. Thank y'all for the support. Please share this video as well. Make sure you go online and look at that change.org petition that they have for Miss Angel Bumpass. Because she needs all the help she can get. It's 60 years she's doing right now, guys. And if she can get out, it will be a blessing. It really will be a blessing for her to get out. It would. For our kids to see her. She can watch her kids grow up. It'd be a true blessing. So check out the petition and watch The Accused on A&E and look for her particular episode and watch all the episodes. All of them are really good. But I wanted to touch back on her because I saw her on Google. She said, Jessica, our ancestors are turning over in their graves. It's bad enough these white terriers, the cops are taking us out. We are helping them by making each other meet their demise. You're absolutely right. And I told folks that what they do in like Chicago and different places, they tell one gang where the other one is so they can go do them. They would tell them where they are. Yeah, y'all handle that. We're going to chill. Guys, snap out of it. They want y'all to do to each other like that. Do you understand that? They want y'all to exterminate each other. Y'all make each other meet demise for dumb stuff. Stop. Dumb reasons. I think the reasons are dumb. A lot of reasons are dumb. Yeah, a lot of reasons are dumb. The game started off for us to help each other, not go against each other. Y'all remember? The purpose is Y'all managed to let them turn y'all against each other. Wake up, sirs. Wake up. They want y'all to do each other so they won't have to do it themselves. Okay? That's why there's no lynching going on, because y'all are lynching each other. Snap out of that shit and do something different. That's all I'm saying. Please like the video, guys. Please like it. I checked the other likes last time. They still did like a 10%. Like the video. Let's see what happens. Folks in the clouds, please like the video. I know it's folks in the clouds because I can see when I get off, like it's almost 300 people that have watched the video. So everyone like it. I want to see if they are going to really give us our likes, my likes. You know, I really want to see that. Or are they doing, because I noticed that each content creator are getting like 10% likes. I think that's them doing that. I want to see. So like the video, guys. Subscribe if you're new, because we have more content coming. Subscribe if you're new, and share the video, especially this one, because it's real. You can be gone a split second for nothing. God. Does anyone have any questions? You already know where to go. Go to the accused, leave a comment under the video, and let me know what you thought about the case, because it shows from the beginning to the end of the case on the accused. And if you want to research it further, it's on Google as well. And just leave a comment and let me know what you thought about it. What do you think, if she did it or not? She said, I love you guys. I'm definitely going to hit that replay. Hit the replay. Hit the likes. Subscribe. If you know anyone that you can recommend the channel to, it will be greatly appreciated. Greatly appreciated. And tomorrow, I'm going to wear my wig like this, okay? I just like wearing my wigs to the sides. But I'll wear my wig like this tomorrow for you guys. How about that? I love you all. Everyone, please have a wonderful, wonderful night. Hope you have, if the Lord say the same, you wake up in the morning. Jessica, she said, much love. Be safe. Everyone be safe. Don't get yourself in trouble, you know. Don't get yourself in trouble. No, try to have some peace. Because I can click sometimes, you know. But when you see this kind of stuff going on, it makes you wonder. Thank you very much. It makes you wonder. Have to be good to one another. We have to treat each other like the sisters that we are. Stop with all the hatefulness, you know, especially for no apparent reason. Stop. Sisters, stop. But again, I have too many other things to worry about. Got to get a car. Support the channel, guys, if you can. It would be appreciated. If you can't, I totally understand, because right now we have close to 19 out there. A lot of folks are doing bad right now. Yes, first baby mama. I'm so happy to see you in the chat. Please refer to the channel if you can, guys. Let's get monetized. Let's go. We're on a mission, okay? I love you guys, and have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful night. Sleep well. Sleep good, too. It's cold everywhere. I hope y'all, wherever you are, I hope that you're nice and warm. If you are in that snowstorm, I hope you're nice and warm, and I hope that your power stays on. I really do. I pray that y'all power stay on and that everything goes good, or you can maybe cook for your kids and, you know, relax. I really do. But Texas not playing with that power thing. They're not. They made sure they was on it. So we have that cold coming out. Ice is going to be on the ground. So hopefully we won't have to go to work tomorrow, y'all. If it's ice on the ground, black ice, can't go to work. Sorry. Yeah, I'll be at home cooking chicken and dumplings for my kids. I love you guys. I thank y'all so much for joining. Everyone, please stay safe and warm tonight. That's right, Jessica 31. And I'll see you guys at who? I'm on with Ted in the morning. Hello. I love all of you guys. Have a wonderful, wonderful night. I just hate leaving y'all. I do. But I know I got to get my butt up early. Share the video, guys, and go look at it. Go look at it tonight if you can. All right, guys? Love y'all so much. Have a wonderful night. Let's play our little bye-bye song. Thank y'all for joining me. Thank y'all so much for joining me so late. Good night, kind folks. Mwah. Besos.